Hello, guys. Bob here for TNL Network. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. On TNL tonight, we welcome back one of our favorite guests and one of the driving forces behind Professional Claus education today. Deanna Golden, known across the community as Anna Claus, is not only a beloved performer, but also my business partner in the Professional Claus School, North Pole Cornerstones. Each year, this school grows in depth, quality, and impact, and round four is shaping up to be our biggest and most ambitious year yet. All this and more right here on Tuesday Night Live. This segment is brought to you by North Pole Cornerstones, a new, unique, and entertaining 4-day educational experience. You are watching Tuesday Night Live.
Welcome to North Pole Cornerstones, the most magical 4-day educational Christmas experience you'll ever discover. Join Santa Bob, Anna Claus, and friends for interactive workshops, festive fun, creative learning, and unforgettable holiday memories. Whether you're a Christmas enthusiast, educator, or performer, this one-of-a-kind experience is designed just for you. Register today and take advantage of our early bird special before it's gone. Visit North Pole Cornerstones and make this Christmas truly extraordinary. Round 4 is set for February 18th through the 21st, 2027 at the Hilton Garden Inn and Conference Center in Edmond, Oklahoma City North. At Cornerstones, we've taken a different approach to learning. We've completely reimagined the learning experience. For more information, go to npcornerstones.com and see for yourself what all the excitement is. Just ask any of our alumni their experience. They'll be glad to share with you. We let them speak for themselves. Reach out and ask them. That's npcornerstones.com. Come join us in February.
All right, fantastic. We got a good show lined up for you tonight. We just want to give a little recap about where we was the last week. We had a great time in Branson at School of Santas. It was a ton of fun, a lot of work, and it was a very successful year for Spankle. Bigger and better than ever before. Had around 175 people total, counting those who helped put on the event, the vendors, and the attendees. Saw some great shows, had some great TNL shows, dedicated 5 shows to Branson. So surely you got your fix. If you wasn't there, at least you got to see what was going on through our coverage. All right, let's see. Did you get Scott the script, Angie?
I don't have the script for Scott.
Okay.
You don't email it to me, do you?
No, hang on a second. I'll see if I can get it to you. In the meantime, Scott, we're going to go ahead and bring you in. Scott's going to jump in with us real quick here.
Let me.
Spangle had something came up. He had to jump out. Scott came in at the last minute, so Scott does not have a script.
Let me switch my speakers here.
Go ahead and talk for a moment, Scott, and I'll see if I can send that over
Hold
to you.
on,
real quick.
he can't talk yet. Oh, we got Deanna on here too.
Happy to be here and happy to share the script with Scott if that helps.
Yes, it would. It sure would.
You know, y'all, this last minute stuff really throws me off for the rest of the evening.
Right,
That's why we're Claus gymnasts.
Okay, Scott.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. In the meantime, we've got, of course, Angela with us. Everyone say hi to Angela. And there's Scott. He's up on the screen now. Say hello to Scott, Certain, Oklahoma City, Edmond area. He is our event coordinator for North Pole Cornerstones. And so he's jumping in tonight to help us out on the show. You know, we always wait till we get through Branson. We have so much going on with Branson and helping Spangle out. And then when we get that behind us, and it's time to start concentrating on NPC. And that's kind of where we're at this week. And from this point forward, leading into our Christmas season, of course, once we get to Christmas season, we all have to black out. And then that only gives us a few weeks before Cornerstones pops up in February. So try to get everything done ahead of time this year and be a step ahead of the game. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here, we are going to go ahead and remind everyone that don't forget to go over to Santa Central, Cherry Hill Programs Facebook group tomorrow, and join if you have not joined. If you're not a member, if you are a member, go over and check out the good stuff that they post. They have games they've been playing. Each one of the recruiting officers has a day where they post something that's interactive. Chrissy's really done a great job over there, as well as the other ladies. And so go over there and join and see what's going on. Santa Central, Cherry Hill programs. Okay, so you ready to go ahead and play the SOS 2027 commercial?
Yeah, let me get done with this here. Okay.
All right, we're going to go ahead and play the first half of TNL Show. Tonight's brought to you by School of Santas, where fun and education meet, hosted by Spangle in picturesque Ozark Mountains, Branson, Missouri. Where fun and
Oh, man.
all right, well, we still got Spangles boxed up because, again, last minute switch over to Scott. So,
Let me get it switched over to me.
you know, when we had StreamYard, we didn't have these particular scenes that we had to set up. So it makes it a little bit different, a little bit more difficult.
Trivia is right here. Let me go to my layers.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and jump into the trivia real quick while she's getting that set up. She's just going to pop on screen with me, I think, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. There she is.
There I am.
All right. So trivia tonight. How many Native American languages are spoken in Oklahoma? A, 12, B, 16, C, 21, or D, 25? Native American languages spoken in Oklahoma. Give us the letter and the number of that, please, for our producer. It makes it easier for her to dig through all the comments and find the winner on these. Your name goes in the hat for a chance at the scholarship for 2027 School of Santas, which will be held in July 15th through the 19th this year, 2027, I think. And your name will also go on the wheel of destiny, as Mike Hutchins likes to call it, for North Pole Cornerstones scholarship. All right, so the bonus question is, what is the Oklahoma state beverage? A, moonshine, B, hibiscus tea, C, milk, or D, soft key sour corn drink, Native American drink. And again, letter and answer there for us, please. All right, remember, you can play and win this trivia as many times as possible because it does put your name on the wheel. So play, no limits, have fun. All right, Angela, let's move along.
Since 1948, one suit defined Santa. Designed by Charles W. Howard and worn by the world-famous Santa Claus School. Worn for presidents, movies, parades, and the most magical moments in families' lives. This is not a costume, but finely tailored, hand-sewn clothing made in the USA. With expert cleaning, restoration, and storage services available, Santa & Company, LLC makes Santa magical.
All right, Scott, you got sound? Can't hear you.
I don't know. We can't hear you, Scotty.
Can't hear you, Scott. No sound.
No sound. No sound.
No. So anyway, let's go ahead and move along. I'll start off. I'll do Spangle's part and my part. Tonight on Tuesday night, we're thrilled to bring you the latest updates for North Pole Cornerstones 27. Now, with SOS Branson in the books for another year, it is time to talk about the next big journey set to kick the new year off. MPC is gearing up for round four, the fourth annual 4 day training event happening February 18th through the 21st, 2027 at Hilton Garden Inns and Conference Center that is in Edmond, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City North. Tonight we'll be giving you an exclusive look at the agenda, our guest presenters, the curriculum updates, and this year's expanded vendor showcase. Whether you're a new Santa, Mrs. Claus, or an elf looking to build your foundation, or a seasonal performer ready to find your craft, North Pole Cornerstones is designed to elevate your performance, your professionalism, and your Christmas heart. Please, please, please welcome to the Tuesday Night Live show Mrs. Claus, performing as co-owner of North Pole Cornerstones, Deanna Golden, and aka Anna Claus. There she is, back again.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
Well, it's time to get busy. We've had the first half of the season dedicated to everything but Cornerstones, although we have been working behind the scenes each week. Putting together curriculum, putting together vendors, putting together presenters, trying to, like I said earlier, get ahead of the game.
Did that help?
That
Yes.
helps. You are now hot. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
You're so hot.
You're
Oh,
hot,
Bob, stop
you
it.
know it.
You're going to get Angela and Dan all excited.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump in here. It's been a while since we have done an update on the North Pole Cornerstones. Actually, have we even done one since the end of last year? Which will be held again at the Hilton Garden Inn, as we mentioned. The date for round four are February 18th through the 21st, and planning for 2027 session started the week after the last session in 26 closed out. We actually start that Monday morning. We end up on Sunday. We stay over at the hotel. We talk to the hotel about future dates and different things. So my question is, why did we move back to the third week in February for 2027? We've had that asked multiple times.
Well, like no rest for the weary, Bob, right? No
Correct.
rest for the weary. We did start talking about it immediately afterwards. We couldn't take even a day off. We wanted to keep the adrenaline going, keep the momentum going, keep the excitement going. And to be honest with everybody, the reason why we had to move was the hotel. We loved having Valentine's Day in Oklahoma. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of special surprises, but the hotel had already booked somebody else. So we had to make a choice. Could we go to January? And that was like way too soon for, we're still doing our December,
Well, Deanna, I would have jumped and played Harry Carey.
Yeah, had we
tried to do it in
yes.
January, it was just it's too much for me.
I would have passed out knives. But no, it was the hotel had no availability. And then the more we thought about it, moving it back, there's always that little iffy thing because like Oklahoma, the weather thing, wait 5 minutes, it's going to change. Mm-hmm. And pushing it back a week, it gave us not just the breather, but a better chance for some better weather. And also, like always, to make sure that we didn't conflict or be too close to other events that might be going on around the same time.
Absolutely. We kind of can back up a little bit. The first 2 years in San Antonio, we went the first week in February, and mm-hmm. we were set to do that in round three back in February. But Forbes, Fraternal Order of Real Bearded Santas out in California, had already signed a contract for that weekend, and Alan Cornwell, the president, came to us in Gatlinburg mm-hmm. and said, I'm so sorry. We signed a contract. We didn't know it was the same weekend as you guys. Is there any way you can, change your date? If not, I'll go back to the hotel and we'll about to do something different. I told him, no, there's no need to do that. We'll push it back. So as many of you know, if you watched the program before, Scott, myself, my wife, we took off. We went to California. We did the Forbes with TNL on the road and drove straight back to Oklahoma City, which that was a grind, Scott. That was a lot of miles and a lot of 2 week stuff going on for 2 full weeks. So,
yeah, Bob. And also you keep in mind that when we got back after driving back from California, that we only had a half a day or an evening to get ready and set up for North Pole Cornerstones.
Absolutely. So maybe it was kind of a blessing that we couldn't get that second week. Maybe this was meant to be that we pushed back. We got a week in between the two events, and it'll give us a chance to go home, wash a few clothes, and jump back.
Sleep.
We plan on going to California again. So
Yeah. And
Take a
sleep a
shower.
little. Yes.
what's that, Deanna?
Sleep.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everyone knows if you go to these events, you don't get a lot of sleep. So,
Yep.
all right, Scott, you want to catch that next question there?
Um, w- I'm not. We've kind of skipped around a little bit, Bob. Where
We're on
would you like me to go?
the Genesis.
Okay. Deanna, can you talk about the genesis of North Pole Cornerstones? Let's start at the beginning. What was the original spark or inspiration that led the creation of North Pole Cornerstones?
If you'll indulge me for a couple of minutes here, because it all started when Lucky Royce, not everybody knows Lucky, but she portrayed Santa Nana and developed Santa Nana's Holiday University. Well, she and Gordon Bailey, who's the inspiration and designer and brainchild of Sat Bob's, Santa in the Business of Being Santa, they met and they became fast friends. They met in Arizona. In fact, the picture of Lucky and Gordon in the middle of our logo is the two of them having lunch in Arizona. And they shared this passion for education. And as it came to be, Lucky passed in July of 2016, but not after she and I had spent a lot of time becoming really good friends and understanding her passion. And she literally bequeathed me Santa Nana's Holiday University before she passed. Gordon's design for education for Sat Bob's was to have instructors around the country, kind of like franchisees. And Tom Carmody out of Colorado was one of the instructors. He and I happened to be volunteering for a Christmas organization, iBurbs, at the time. And so we started talking. You're part of Sat Bob's. I have Santa Nana's, along with Judy Broderick. And wouldn't it be awesome to take the best of Santa Nana and the best of Sat Bob's and maybe have this blended program over some weekend? And we talked and we talked. And Tom up and died on us a couple years ago. And shoes really, really hard to fill.
Yeah.
Steps in Bob. Bob and I started talking about the vision that we had for this blending of a school or a workshop or some kind of event where we could take the best of the inspiration from Lucky and Gordon and put together a program. So we reach out to other parts of Sat Bob's with Rex Ray and Chrissy Kovic and Scott and Judy Broderick and I with Santa Nana. And that started North Pole Cornerstones that launched in February of 2024. And we have just ballooned since then. So that was the genesis. Gordon and Lucky getting to know each other, becoming friends, sharing their passion for education.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
The one thing that I don't know if our viewers realize is Santa Nana, Lucky Royce was portraying Santa's sister. Is that correct, Deanna?
That is absolutely correct. Lucky was a very independent woman, and she loved Mrs. Claus, but she loved the idea of portraying Santa's sister so that it gave her the flexibility to travel and still have a direct ear to her brother to talk to folks and share their wishes and share their dreams with her brother Santa. So Santa Nana is Santa's sister. Yes.
Has there ever been anybody else in the industry that you're aware of that has tried to take on and portray that role since Lucky passed?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay.
No.
Me neither.
These were not on the script, Bob. I'm sorry, but it's a question that
Yep.
is kind of interesting to me, and I hope that our viewers will enjoy the responses.
That's what this show is all about, and we do variate from the script when something pops into our head. So very good. Let's go on to the next one here, though. When you look back at the first year, Deanna, what did you hope for the school would become?
Well, let me share. I'm sharing a picture. Does everyone see this?
You gonna pull it up, or do you want me to do it?
Go ahead. My mouse is not working.
Oh, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me add it.
Angie's going to add it.
Great.
There it is.
So this is our what's coming up is our class photo from this last year. And honestly, when we started, I had a very simple hope, a very simple desire, and that was for anyone who came to not see North Pole Cornerstones as another Christmas school. Because there's a lot out there, to be quite honest with you, and people have to make choices, about where they're going to go, where they're going to spend their time and their finances. But I did not want to have people see North Pole as another Christmas school, but to see it as a safe and a fun place to build their confidence and truly believe that they could do something new, they could do something better by getting their honest feedback from peers. And we'll talk a little bit more about the design in a little bit, but it really comes down to the small group design. It was an amazing success. That's what I hoped, that they didn't see it as another standard.
Yeah, I mean, Angie, were you able to pull that up as a single photo? Or it is, isn't it? I don't see it on mine.
It's up as a single.
Okay,
Okay.
let me remove.
Oh, you know
Also-
what? You did share screen. Let me upload. I can share the media instead.
And while you do that, I just want to kind of give my 2 cents in on it too. You and I had talked about this, and we didn't want to just be, like you said, another school. We wanted to try to do things a little bit different. We asked questions, we talked to folks, we went to events, and there was a small niche that was missing, and that was
There it is.
to be able to actually see someone performing, get up and perform with other folks, your other peers, and learn from each other. And so we didn't want to just do PowerPoint. We didn't want to just do lectures. So, we're not the folks who invented breakouts, but the way the school is structured a little bit different, and breakouts are a part of what we do. And
Big part. Big part.
it's a little bit different than a normal breakout. It's small groups. Everybody has assignments. Everybody goes into their corners, and then they come back, and it's a lot different than most schools. And I don't know how else to explain it. You got any other words?
Well, Bob, I will throw this in there. If you remember, in Deanna, in the very beginning, I said that the thing that I disliked the most about going to Santa school was death by PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is kind of one of the things that when you guys and we put all this together the first year, that was one of our goals, to minimize PowerPoint. And I think that's one thing that makes us different.
Yeah, and it's easy to get into that because it's such a reliance that so many presenters use to guide their conversation. And while we ask the attendees to step out of their comfort zone, we also ask the presenters to step out of theirs and do less PowerPoint, more discussion, more interaction. But again, we'll talk about design in a bit.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll move on to the next question, if that's all right, Bob. Looking back over the past 3 years, what have the attendees told us about their experience?
Well, I looked back at the last couple of years, including the first year, about with the launch and everything. But what comes back more and more is that the attendees have absolutely loved seeing other clauses perform, and to be able to see how they can then incorporate what they've seen into their own visits. We can't tell you how many times we've heard, "I never thought about that before. I know how I can use this prop. I know how I can answer this question. And they really loved that there's a focus on tell me how to do it or show me how to do it rather than tell me what to do. And that's a big part, again, back to the design, where that's the interactive part. You don't just sit here and take pages and pages full of notes. You practice what you hear and you share your own experiences with others, because each one teach one. And they loved not feeling pressured, not feeling threatened to share information, but the not feeling pressured or being put on the spot, but yet being gently encouraged to come out of their comfort zone. And they also really loved the practicality over theory, if that makes sense. So they lived history. They lived history.
Can we get this comment real quick from Larry Davis? He kind of has a question at the end of his comment.
Okay.
There is always questionable, especially in February. My question is, what would happen in the event of inclement weather the same time as NPC?
Wait a minute. If you don't like the weather, it'll change. Welcome to Oklahoma.
Well, Texas is about the same way. Larry knows that. But that is a great question, because I've been asked that before. Matter of fact, last week I had someone ask me the same question. And what they asked was, they put it in a different form, was, does the insurance that you purchase at time of registration cover that aspect?
Let's research that and share that on the Facebook page, because I don't believe it. That would be a different kind of insurance, I think, that we need to look into for cancellation insurance. The insurance that's provided through RegVox typically covers if you cannot attend because of illness.
Medical. It's more medical, wasn't it?
It's more of a medical thing. But let us do the research, because it's a great question and you deserve the correct answer.
That's
so we
correct.
promise to get that out if cancellation due to act of God would apply to that.
Getting that far into February, we have had snow and ice that late, and we've had it into March before, but it's usually not so much in February. More, it's a late freeze or something in the first part of March. So I think we'll be okay.
Well, and with all that said, let's look back to round 2 in San Antonio. It snowed over a foot in San Antonio the week before we went down there in 24. So, bad weather can happen anywhere, I guess, but yeah, most folks think of it more likely to happen in Oklahoma than they would South Texas. And Deanna, going back to the beginning again, when we were looking to start, we were trying to figure out, we wanted a destination city that had fun things to do so we could have activities, and we wanted a fair weather location. That's why we went to San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
It checked all the boxes for what we were looking for. Then when we were, had to move out of San Antonio because of such price increase down there, and it wasn't just the hotel we were in. Scott and I spent time. We went down there and spent one whole day and went to multiple hotels, sat down with the marketing folks, and it was across the board. San Antonio just got more expensive overnight.
Well, and the facilities that we looked at, every facility that had conference centers in them. And you remember the one we went and looked at on the Riverwalk? They actually wanted to put us in the basement with 8-foot ceilings. And it had big pillars down the middle of it. It was a beautiful hotel, was it not? The accommodations were super nice.
It was an old bank, remember, from the turn of the century.
They said we weren't big enough to use the big conference room, but they didn't understand what we wanted.
They didn't tell us that when we spoke.
We drove down there either, yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't explain that to us over the telephone. They invited us down. We went down, and that's when they said, "Oh, well, you don't have a big enough to fill the ballroom, so therefore you're going to use this room down here in the basement." Took us down this long, dark corridor. I mean, it was dark down there. It felt like a dungeon.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
So that one was scratched off the list. Went to another very nice Hilton property that we actually had a foot in the door there because the marketing manager from where we had been had not transferred, but quit the company she was with and went with the Hilton Corp. Fell in love with that hotel, but again, they are a wedding boutique hotel, and they fill up their ballroom 365 days a year with nothing but weddings. So we were going to be the exception to the rule, only because we had a foot in the door. Anyway,
However, their food and beverage was out of our budget, was it not?
absolutely was. So, we went looking. We looked in Cowtown, Fort Worth, Texas, around the stockyards. We looked in Grapevine,
Grapevine.
which is the Christmas capital of Texas now. We looked around, and this thing in the back of my head kept popping up about the Hilton Garden Inn in Edmond because we had put on a school there. Scott and I put a Sat Bob's 3-day class on there back in 2020 during COVID, and I said, I've got to get back to that hotel someday. That was one of the nicest hotels I've ever been in. Everything about that facility is top notch, and when you found a good facility, when they've been there, they've been established for years, and they have no turnover in back of house, front of house, office, ownership, anything. It's just the same people that started that are still there, and that's a testament to who they are.
Well, Bob, also, that's the only hotel that I've ever been in a convention at that they can make chicken 1,900 different ways and it all tastes different.
That's an inside joke. When we were there at Sat Bob's in 2020, we didn't specify what we wanted on our menu. We just told them how many meals we wanted. We left that up to the sales director, and it turns out that evidently she's a big fan of chicken, 1,900 different ways.
The chef, who is a friend of mine, and also my son works for him now. I don't know if you guys knew that. Nathao's there now. But he said that because she told us it was chef's choice. I think it was sales choice. But
Yeah.
the chef said, I didn't understand why y'all wanted chicken every meal.
Well, that
So
was
it's a
Saturday
joke.
night. He come out on Saturday night talking to us, asking us why we wanted chicken every meal, and we explained to him what evidently had happened, and he said it wasn't my choice. He said, "Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I know you're sick of chicken. If you want prime rib, or you want a steak, or you want something else, I'll go tonight and buy it, and I'll fix it for you tomorrow."
He's a
And we
great
told
guy.
him, no, just stick with the
Yes.
chicken. Next time we'll
Right.
know better.
Chef A is amazing.
He is amazing. He is absolutely.
Cookies every night.
Yes, well,
Or all day
dessert.
long, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Cheesecake.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
cheesecake.
Anyhow, Bob, where are we at on here?
I have lost track. Let's see. Are there any specific feedback comments that really stuck with you or shaped how the school evolved, Deanna?
I immediately went back to one person, one couple. In year one, there was a very shy Mrs. Claus. And because of our small group design and the trust that's built in that, she felt stronger and more confident to kind of step out of her comfort zone. And one of the sessions that we have is called practice, practice, practice. And normally it's like, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. She felt good enough to step out of her comfort zone and try some new things, to the point that in year two, she and her hubby, one of our sessions is called Your Story Then and Now. And what we like to have is we take an elf, a solo Mrs. Claus, a solo Santa, and a couple to show how they bring their backstory into a performance, or how they can, show how backstory character development reveals itself. The two of them came up and had this amazing interaction, ending with singing, "I love your Christmas cookies, darling." And I will always remember that, because what it really showed was that our design of the small group design, it worked. That was the right design. It was the right balance of classroom and the intimacy of a small group, and the power that it can provide someone who is hesitant and it was a highlight. It was a highlight to see them.
And for me,
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we all do.
And for me, I gotta say that some of the most comments that I had heard, not only from year 1, 2, but also 3, was our breakout session of cultures. And the first year, Dr. Bruce did Eastern and Western Orthodox. Second year, Pat Moss did Kwanzaa. And this last year, Scott Seriton, right here with us, did the Jewish holiday and the
Hanukkah.
Yeah. It's really important, I think, for the Clauses to realize that Christmas is not the only holiday that happens during November, December, January. And with so many blended families, it's really important to understand the cultures and traditions that we are going to be exposed to. So we spend time making sure that we share what we can, so that when you're faced with anything from, October, November with Indian Diwali through January and the Kwanzaa festival and Ramadan and, Hanukkah and so many of the holidays, it's just important to have that the awareness.
Well, Santa knows everything and sees everything and is always watching. So I agree that it's super important that we acknowledge and have some knowledge of the other, other holidays that are going on. And I think that's a great part of Cornerstones that nobody else really offers.
And you taught everyone the dreidel song.
Well, I made it out of clay.
Well, and them eating the candy ahead of time instead of playing with it.
Yeah, the guilt. I want to add something to you were talking about year 1, Deanna. And Bob mentioned there was something in 3 as well. But we had 2 new elves that are fairly new elves at round 3 in Oklahoma City last year or this year, that they came in and they were in a shell and they weren't even cracking the edge to come out of it. And when they left, they were talking to everybody. They were participating. It's amazing the transition that occurred in those 2 gals.
Yes. And Mrs. Claus migrating, transforming to be an elf as well. It was so amazing to see the elf side of things, and we'll shout out to Mike Hutchins, an amazing mentor for elves everywhere, on what the ability, the strength that an elf can bring to this Claus world. It was awesome. And you're right, the
Zoe was a new person.
Zoe was a brand new elf, very shy, very, very hesitant. And at the end, I think, was there anyone who did not get a hug from her?
She hugged me the minute Liz gave her that dress.
Yeah.
And then there's Cameron, elf trouble.
Oh my Lord, double trouble.
double trouble. She's double trouble, and Kathy's trouble.
Yes, and Kathy is trouble. Yeah. It was so much fun. It was much fun, and so nice to see that growth.
Go ahead and put that out that Trouble has already put her name on the list for 2027, and Double Trouble has assured me she will never miss it again. She'll always be there. So looking forward to those. And you mentioned Mike. We do got to give kudos to Mike, because Phineas, I mean, he is the industry leading elf, performing elf out there, and he doesn't hesitate to help in any way he can to encourage the new folks coming in that there's other characters other than Santa, Moses, Claus. You can be an elf and be a very important part of the mix, which he is, and he proved that and shared that with the elves at NPC.
And the thing that's really amazing is how everybody at Cornerstones over the past 3 sessions have always come in, and when there's been somebody in their group, they always supported them and stood behind them. There's no bullying, there's no teasing, there's no alienating anybody. It's just amazing how it grows into a huge family by the end of the 4 days.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No pretentiousness. It's one big family. It really does feel like family.
So true, Santa B. So true. All right, and of course the food. Let's talk a little bit about the food. Why do you think it's become such a memorable part of the Cornerstones experience? I mean, we
Jeff
mentioned
A.
Well, chef, the food is phenomenal, and we had so much leeway and so much flexibility to, usually, and we were given, here's your menus and here's the prices and pick what you want, and we said, but can we change this? Can we change that? Can we switch a dessert for milk and cookies at night? And they were very flexible.
Yeah.
But more than that, it for me, what made it really memorable is because you think about families getting together. It's always around the dinner table. It's always around food.
Mm-hmm.
It's where everyone kind of comes together and talks about anything and everything. It's where you create memories by sharing your own memories, and you create that sense of connection over a good meal. And the food executive chef prepared, how can you argue with that? It was
Right.
amazing.
Well,
And
Deanna, the other thing I will throw in there for you is that we don't eat at the classroom tables. We have round tables for the dining.
Yep.
Yes, right. The classroom is a classroom, round tables in the back for eating and small groups. So you kind of create that sense of family with 8 people at a table, and you can share all of that. But to kind of give you an idea, we had for some of our meals, it was fried chicken, there was gumbo, there was
South of the
stuffed
border.
pork loin south of the border. There was we didn't want heavy lunch and heavy dinner. So we had, but still more food than anyone could eat. So
The
sliders with loaded baked potato soup for lunch.
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Oh
It
my
was
goodness, the
good.
baked potato soup was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal. So, yeah, the food and breakfast is included for everyone who stays at the hotel. So
And it's done outside the room too, so it's
It is.
private. It's not with the rest of the
Yeah.
hotel.
Well,
so you have 3 meals with your family.
and two, the one thing about the breakfast is, and this is my wife's biggest complaint, is 90%, 95% of all the hotels you go to, you get less than breakfast when you get breakfast. The eggs are not real eggs.
They're egg beaters.
Yeah,
and
egg
they're always
beaters.
watery.
I mean, sometimes the
Powder
biscuit
eggs.
is hard as a hockey.
Powdered eggs or liquid eggs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not the best of breakfasts. And you find a few that, places that do have good breakfast, but not many.
And their cube breakfast potatoes, everybody raved about, said they're the best they'd ever had.
Our stuff
Because they
is
were
real.
crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside, not
Our
like
stuff
a
is
lot of
real.
things under the steamers where it's all just,
Yep.
no teeth required.
It's all fresh and prepared and ready to go. And
It was amazing. It was amazing, and the staff, I think, going along with good staff, good recipes, good cooking. The staff was so.
The two
just
girls that have
all
always taken care of Bob and I have taken care of
Yeah.
everything. I had my surprise 60th birthday party there that I gave for myself.
Well, and I think it's also important to state that we ask, when people register, we ask if there are any dietary or mobility issues that we need to accommodate. And there were some who don't eat this, can't eat that, allergic to this or that. And we need to know those things. And we shared that with the kitchen staff. And they came up with not just, here's your vegetarian, noodles with whatever. They came up with an alternative dinner plate that they just raved about. It was the same quality, same class of cuisine.
And the lucky thing about being able to have a relationship with Chef A and the staff that's been there forever, if somebody forgot to say, "Oh, I don't eat pork," they came up with another chicken meal real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So
Chicken, 1900 ways.
I want to throw this comment back up here real quick too, guys. This is nope,
Wrong
one. It moved on me just as I went to click on it. Barry
What is
Spencer
it?
says, Elf Trouble did bully me. She dumped water in a chair before I sat down. Retribution is coming in February. Go get
Who
him,
was
Barry. Go
that?
get him.
All right, Barry. I want to watch. I'll sell tickets.
All right, Scott, you want to move on to the next one?
Sure. One thing attendees always mention in the structure of the school, why does the small group design from day one matter so much?
Because we don't stop what's working.
Thank you.
It's as simple as that. You don't stop, and instead you just keep growing.
Don't reinvent the wheel, right, Deanna?
Exactly. Don't reinvent the wheel. And that's going back to, again, we've asked our presenters to skip the PowerPoint and focus on how do you engage? How do you set up small group exercises? How do you get to practice what it is that you want them to take away? You know, one of my favorite questions in any learning situation is, what does it look like? So show me what to do.
Before?
Yes.
And you know, before we get done with the evening, um, I think that people are going to be very impressed with some of the presenters that are coming this year that are going to be a little bit out of their comfort zone as well. But not only that, but they're things that we've never brought to Cornerstones before.
And we're going to talk about that as well.
That's right.
The other thing, and there's quite honestly, there's some pros and cons to this approach, but overall it's why it works best, is that we put everyone into a small group on day one. And you stay with that group for the entire weekend. And not only does it build the relationships, it builds trust. And the trust is what you need to try something new. The trust is what you need to step out of your comfort zone. And then trust lets you try things you haven't done before. And then you get this incredible, honest feedback from people who have your back. And so that's why the approach will keep getting stronger with the small group design. Bob, what else?
Well, would you say the expanded breakout sessions have improved the learning experience at NPC?
Well, that's the listening to the attendees and what they come away with, and
that's why we do the after sessions. You know, once the weekend's over with, we ask for feedback and we listen.
Yeah,
we listen. And Barry, to your comment, you're just not right in the head if you don't like real bacon and real sausage, my friend.
And for me, real country gravy, no sausage gravy. I don't do sausage gravy.
You know, almost everywhere you go does have sausage gravy. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Breakout sessions, yes. The breakout sessions really, again, as Deanna explained, put you in a small group. You build that trust. You build that sense of working together. And again, I mean, if you get to know someone and you get comfortable with someone, then you're able to actually open up and share from inside and be part of something bigger than yourself. And that's what these breakout sessions are all about. Work as a team, come up with the best results and solutions for the assignment or whatever it is that we're doing, whatever the topic may be, and come back and show us how and why and when. And Deanna's most favorite question.
What does it look like?
What does it look like?
Yeah, and one of the things too is it's not just about how I as an individual will get better, but as part of a team. So for example, Jocelyn Whitney did a program called How to North Polarize Your Story. And so everyone had to work in a team, take a standard favorite or children's story, whether it's Billy Goat's Gruff Bluff, whatever, or Three Little Pigs or Little Red Riding Hood, any of those things. And she taught everyone how to North Polarize it. So you didn't have to do that by yourself. You did it with your team. Right. And then everyone had to kind of share what they came up with. And the creativity was just phenomenal, wasn't it?
It wasn't, that goes for, it seems like in every assignment, the creativity is what really stands out to me. Even when we did crafting, I mean, crafting was,
Hmm.
we didn't do it this last year, the same that we done it in round two. But that, I mean, I'm just blown away how a handful of people can take a bunch of styrofoam pieces laying on a table and come up with this backstory and a working prop, Christmas prop out of that. And
Hmm.
so, I mean,
Hmm.
that's just another example of working together and
Yeah.
how teamwork, you know,
Yeah.
works.
And
Well,
then
but with the crafting, they had to be so creative because they didn't get glue or tape. They had to put it together with sticks and skewers and pipe cleaners and they really had to be creative with it. And there were many Christmas lights. So I love the crafting. I think that it's
that was fun.
makes you use your imagination.
That
Hmm.
was a lot of fun.
All right, so MPC has emphasized hands-on practice from the beginning. Why is that so important for class performers, do you think?
For me and for so many of us, we don't often get an opportunity to watch another Claus perform.
Right.
And so again, like I was saying earlier, we heard a lot. I'd never thought about that before. Or I want to practice something. I want to do it. I want to try and read this book differently. I want to try and tell this story differently. And so we just heard someone talking about um, props. Never thought about this. I brought this prop, but I don't know how to use it. And so for some of the tools, or for improv, how can I banter? Improv can be very intimidating. And then this past year, Randall Checker Lee just took all the I want fear, hesitance, intimidation, just threw it away, and everyone had a chance to practice. And so that's the only way we ever improve, by getting a chance to, again, what does it look like? How do I do it? Not what do I do?
And we have a dedicated session just for practice, practice, practice.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, Randall Checker Lee was amazing. Uh, n- uh, Mike
Randall's
Hutchins is
always
amazing. Bruce Kotovich make it, but he will be
Very,
coming
very,
back.
very
But
lucky.
he's amazing, amazing. It's just I can't say enough about the presenters.
And here's the thing. I mean, I don't know why to take a chance on a new school, but these folks came to us and said, we want to be part of this from the ground up. We want to be someone that will come
Mm-hmm.
back each year and
Yeah.
expand what we do. Bruce has been there. Mike Hutchins has been there. I mean, these folks have been there year after year, and they blow my mind with what their knowledge, their experience, the way they share, and the things that
Mm-hmm.
they do. And we want to just say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything. The vendors, the presenters, the hotel, all you folks that have attended from year to year. We've got some folks that have been all 3 years, and have
Mm-hmm.
already started talking about coming the fourth year, and that does my heart good.
Mine too.
It really means a lot to me as part of this community to know that folks believe in what we're doing, and hopefully they're getting the most out of it.
Amen.
Uh, what's the one thing, Deanna and Bob, you wish every new attendee understood before they arrive?
Well, first of all, that some people do like sausage gravy. Um, um, you know,
Rob.
And some people like chicken every meal too.
and well, I don't know. I Be ready to be tired. Be ready to fill your head, fill your heart. Be ready to step out of your comfort zone. And understand, because there were a lot of new clauses who came, and so many new clauses come with, I'm just going to sit and listen because I have nothing to add, I have nothing to contribute. But those of us who have been doing it for a little bit longer have to remember that those new clauses have that perspective that is so vital and so important, and that clauses at every age have something to teach. And so don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to offer or ask a question. Just come ready to participate and leave with your head and your heart fuller than you could imagine.
And another thing, Deanna, I'll add to that is that Cornerstones is so diverse in everything they, whether you've been doing this 300 years or being doing it your very first year, you're going to find something because that you don't know or you will use in your portrayal. And
It's
I've
something.
learned that just in the past 3 years, but
Mhm.
that I hear people that came to a Sat Bob's class that had never been to a school, and they've been talking about Jim Petty, bless his soul. But and may they rest in peace. But he said to me, he called me, he says, I'd never been to a school, and this is a hats off to Sat Bob's, but it's the same principle. But he said, I learned so much, and I didn't realize how much I didn't know.
Because of
And
the
I think
background
that's
of Lucky,
attests the same
Yeah.
thing to Cornerstones.
because the background of Lucky and Gordon and their friendship and their belief in teaching and the philosophy of how they taught, that's why Santa Nana and Sat Bob's was such a good fit. A Mrs. Claus School that also includes Santa and has something there for Santa. Sat Bob's is a Santa school that has things there for Mrs. Claus. You bring the two of them together, you got a complete school. Talking about new folk coming in, new folk aren't contaminated. They've got a fresh new, as Deanna
Yeah.
said, perspective. They come in with a different set of eyes, and that's why they're valuable. Now, that question for me, which every attendee understood before they arrive, is how to use a microphone. And that's something that we will work on this year.
Yes.
That is part of our opening day.
Yes. We're gonna spend some time with the presenters. It was there were some technology challenges, and that's we can't fix what we don't know about.
That's right.
So
That's right.
we'll address that. Mike's gonna help with that one as well.
So, Deanna, and this question
Yes.
goes to you too, Scott. What's a moment or two from past years that still make you smile?
Oh, just the whole thing sometimes. But I think Cameron Fishback probably when I think about last year, she makes me I just can't quit smiling. I just chuckle when I
She's
just
one of a
think about
kind.
her.
She's one of a kind.
She
She walked
truly is.
15 miles every morning in an elf suit around Edmond, Oklahoma.
At sunup, waving at every car that went by.
Yes.
And as I mentioned, she was off in the school over on the East Coast back in early summer, and walked so far she got lost and couldn't remember how to get back to the hotel. Had to call an Uber.
But she's fearless.
She is.
She really is. She really is fearless, and she wants to show her. She has more energy than
All
oh
of
my
us
gosh,
put together.
all of us put together. And it was just so inspiring to watch her grow, and how she and Zoe, connected as well.
Just make sure you don't find your pocket and your cell signal on the floor.
Yeah. I want to share a picture of one of the things that continues to make me smile.
Okay.
And so, Angela, I'm putting that in the thing right now. Is that one of the things that we do? We've made this a practice, is to have a charitable project. And because it was our first time going to Oklahoma, we relied on Bob on Scott to help us find that. And it was the Oklahoma Boys Town Ranch, which is a residential program for at-risk boys and girls and families. And so we had stuffed the sleigh. And this is just a snippet because the sleigh was so overloaded. And then the representative came and talked, and we need to give him more time next year, talking about the impact that it makes on the community. And then we passed the hat.
Well, we had taken a collection, but the collection wasn't what we thought it could be. So we suggested let's pass it around one more time. If you got an extra quarter or extra dollar, throw it in. Oh my gosh, did
Yeah.
they come through?
They came through. The generosity of the Claus community is mind blowing, and it really speaks to those who know the difference that can be made, and the heart of a Claus, the heart of Santa, the heart of Mrs. Claus, the heart of an elf, the spirit of Christmas.
I know it's hard to tell there, but even Milton and Bradley, the reindeer, are smiling.
Yeah, that's what I go back.
DJ had mentioned to me when I spoke to him about coming back, and he is planning on probably bringing a couple of the boys to tell their story.
Nice.
So,
okay, I think this is a good point. Let's take a quick break and run the Santa commercial that we are known to run forever and ever. We'll be right back on the other side.
Hold on, I gotta. All right. Are we doing stuff for Santa?
yes.
Oh, hello there. Yes, of course, it's me, Santa Claus. Now, you may not believe this, but one of the questions I get asked the most is, well, not how do I do it all in one night? No, but where do I get all my things from? Yes, now, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the finest things I have. My glorious gloves, all my knickknacks and trinkets and things. Yes, all the giveaways. Yes, for me to give to the children before the main event. Yes, if I see them in the streets, if they come and see me, I like to have something in my pocket I can treat them with. Yes, and there's one special place where I can find all these magical goods. And that is, of course, stuffforsanta.com. You should head there now and see what magical gifts you can find. Mrs. Claus, have you got my ice pad? Yes, log me on, I'm going to have a look. I shall see you there. Stuffforsanta.com. Merry Christmas.
All right, this is straight from the horse's mouth. Put it up there, Angie.
Trying to find it. Oh, where'd she go?
I don't know, but you got the wrong screen up there too.
Oh, I didn't change that video.
She said, heck yeah, I did. Talking about getting lost, I guess, but yeah. So she's watching. Good to have you on camera. We miss you. Looking forward to February so we can hang out and have some more fun. And I'm telling you,
Bring your cell phone.
I got an extra button and some Velcro and some safety pins and things on my back pocket. I'm not going to lose my back pocket or my cell signal. All right, so welcome back with our featured guest, Deanna Golden, and our special co-host tonight, Scott Seriton. This year's theme is Round 4, Growing Together Like Never Before. What does that mean, Deanna?
We got to kick it up a notch. And we want to have everyone, come from the minute they arrive to the minute they leave to just have a full end-to-end experience and to leave with even more than they expected. We always ask people before they come what their expectations are. And then we come back on the last day and we revisit them and just make sure that we can check the boxes. Have we met your expectations? Have we met your expectations? So growing together, for me, my expectation is that people will walk away with more than they expected, and that will help them in their journey as they go forward.
Well, as Ed Taylor always says, he wants you to be and have an exceptional experience and be an exceptional Claus. And what that means is that we want you, when you come to Cornerstones, to tell us when you leave that we gave you more than what you expected
We delivered and then some.
and
Right.
an
And it's
exceptional experience.
right.
Yeah.
And it's not about that we can feel good about what we did, but that you feel good that the memories you're going to create this season and beyond for those children and for those families and for those clients are going to be exceptional.
Yeah.
That's our expectation. Not that, you can pat us on the back, but that you feel confident that the memories you're going to create are exceptional.
Well, we're not looking for the gratitude or the pat on the back, I don't think, Deanna or Bob. I think we're looking for that you leave with a smile on your face and feel like you had a great experience and you have become a part of a family you don't want to ever lose.
I just want everybody to feel like they got their money's worth, and then
Right.
some.
Mhm.
Will Rose return?
Yes, Bill Coates Rose is already on the agenda, and Nick is going to have a little more extra time this year because Nick could talk for days. Nick has so many stories and so much to talk about. Nick Ledbetter, he is the reindeer
Right.
farm of Oklahoma, and is he still president of the organization, or is he just
Of in Oklahoma or of the whole bunch?
the whole reindeer?
No, he's not the president anymore. He is probably coming around and will probably be in that position. They rotated probably within the next 2 or 3 years.
Okay, and we experienced Rose back in 2020. I hate to keep going back to the Sat Bob's class, but uh, that's where we had Nick for the first time, and that's where I met him. And he had Rose. He also had a baby reindeer
Grace.
that year, and but Rose is unlike any reindeer I've ever seen. I mean, now grant you, when I went up to Michigan, and hung out at the reindeer farm up there with Danny and his father. It was those guys are so caring and loving about the reindeer. They love their property. They have one of the nicest reindeer farms anywhere in the nation, and I was so highly impressed with that whole operation up there. But Rose is a little bit, they've got special reindeer too, but Rose is a performing reindeer. She can tell when you're fixing to take a picture, and she will turn straight into the camera and smile. It's the darnest thing I ever seen. On cue, he can make her do all kinds of things, but
Mhm.
she is
There's
just.
a bale of hay in front of the sleigh that Randall's sitting in, and Nick says, "Rose, get up on the bale," and you don't really have to even tell her; but she'll just get up on it because Randall's in there, or
Yeah,
because
And
somebody's in the sleigh.
with an animal cracker in his hands, right?
sure.
Yes, yeah.
That's what she's going for, but I mean, she knows her reward is there and to turn, and she's phenomenal. She's a fun
And
reindeer to be
there,
around. So gentle.
there were a lot of photographs taken with this reindeer. And Cherry Hill, our proud sponsor, proud to have them as a sponsor, they took all of the photographs and just a line of everybody coming around to take their turn with Rose, and she was amazing.
If you were at SOS, um, Miranda's reindeer that it's been cut. It's not able to reproduce, but the reindeer Yukon actually came from Nick Ledbetter's farm.
All those pictures from the whole weekend in February, not only the reindeer, but all the group pictures, all the individual pictures, everything's right there on that jump drive.
Okay, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, what new elements or enhancements can attendees expect in round 4, Bob and Deanna?
Well, we're expanding on everything we've done. We always look. We mentioned feedback. One of the things that we got feedback on this last time was if you've been 2 years, 3 years, each time that we do a presentation, it may have a similar title and have portions of it that are repeat, but we try to freshen up each session each year, make it different, expand it, make it something that if you've been, you get something new. If you haven't been, then you get to experience that for the first time.
And we will have a couple of new. This is kind of getting into the schedule a little bit without giving too much away, but we have a couple of amazing presenters coming along. And the problem that's nice to have and the problem that's tough to have is that there are so many people now, after only 3 years, there are so many people out there who are so well respected out there in Christmas land who want to be a part, who have asked if they can have time to present. And we can't have a 7-day class, but that's what we would need to make time. So we're trying to be very thoughtful about the curriculum and how it progresses. We're having. I'll let you talk about the big name. Two big names coming.
Yeah, got a couple of big names
Great.
coming.
And several of them. But we're going to do more on props, more hands-on. We're going to have a new topic that Tracy and Philip Pierce are going to deliver about those who are interested in doing resort work, or kind of like the experience events. They're going to come and talk to us about that. Doug and Diane Wright are going to do more about props. And we have we're expanding. We touched a little bit last year about artificial intelligence. And as it's exploding, we as Clauses and as individuals need to understand the pros, cons, and cautions of AI. So we're going to be delving more into that. Yeah, the cybersecurity things.
We could do 7 days, but I don't know that it would be affordable. But we could do 7 days if we could get the space for the 7 days.
Why don't we just expand to 5 days? I told him, shut the front door.
Okay, this is what John wants to do.
Tea time with Angela Mack. There you go. That's a good one.
I told him I'm Texan. I don't do tea time.
Absolutely. So back to what we're talking about. One of the things that I started to say earlier about some of the feedback that we got was, let's mix up some of those topics. Let's let someone else present the same type of topic that a certain presenter has given, and do a twist on it. Give their side of it. Make it different. Because you and I, and even the first year with Rex and Christy and Scott and Judith, we all sat down and we racked our brain trying to make sure that our curriculum was something that is going to start on day one, and it's going to tie together from session to session to session and progress throughout the weekend to commonalize at the very end, to come together and make sense when it's all said and done. And it gives you a total look of performance, history, business, a little bit of everything that you can that you can chew on.
And leave you wanting more.
Okay, so we mentioned a moment ago, we got a couple of big names. Everyone knows that Phil Wentz is on his world tour. Phil has agreed to come. There will be a Hall of Fame presentation there for a very, very, very special lady that is very near and dear to my heart, and has become the same with Scott. And we won't give out any clues there, but just know that's going to be very special. It'll be there in Oklahoma, and that is this person's hometown, and so there'll be a lot of family and stuff there for that. Today, we confirmed that Missy Boggs is coming. She's going to be a vendor. Not only is she going to be a vendor, she is going to do an expanded presentation for us. And when I say expanded, I think it's going to be a little bit more than what she's done in the past. We're trying our best to take a shoehorn and stretch the time and be able to get her in there and make sure we give her everything she needs.
And one of the things it crops up every now and every now and again at some of the schools, and it has to be delivered by someone who is seen as an expert in that topic. And I think it's fair to say one of the toughest questions that we get is, does Mrs. Claus believe in Jesus? Do they celebrate Christmas? All of these things. So how about Barry Swindle giving us some time to talk about that very topic, keeping Christ in Christmas?
Barry,
That's new.
He's out there. A lot of folks know Barry, but mainly those of us here in North Texas have had the most interaction with him. He's here in the Dallas area with me, and he's one of our senior Santas, and he's a phenomenal speaker. He's been in movies. He worked at Six Flags theme park for years. He's got quite a resume, and he's done a couple of segments the last 2 years, but this year we're kind of taking the leashes off and letting him do even more. And he's always, we have heard in those comments that we get, we want more Barry, we want more Jim Langley, we want more Dr. Bruce. So those are the kind of comments that we pay attention to.
And Bruce and Mike and Barry, and I mean, if we go through the names, and Shirley Wenner and Jocelyn Whitney,
Dr. Langley,
and Chrissy coming back, and oh my gosh, Tracy and Phil, Jenny Watt,
Doug and Diane Wright, yeah.
Doug and Diane,
Jenny Watts, real
Randall,
quick.
Checker Lee, yeah.
With Jenny
Phil,
Watts, real
Jocelyn,
quick, I just
yeah.
want to say she will be our guest on Tuesday Night Live next week. So just to throw that in there. Jenny is the marketing and website developer that, in my eyes, is one of the best in the industry. When we talk about hair care, Missy Boggs is to me, the industry premier in that. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the best of the best to come and share what they know.
Well, Deanna, without giving away all the surprises, which I know this is hard for you to hold back, can you walk us through a sneak peek of maybe round 4 schedule?
Well, Bob's kind of touched on some of that. We're going to be posting the schedule as soon as we finalize with this last round of what it is that we want to do. So,
wait, Deanna.
Yep.
Is there such thing as finalized?
Well, finalized will be on the Monday after we close.
we change it every week. That's one of the things we work on the most.
We do.
How do we move us around, move that around, make it flow? How do we get a little bit more time here, a little bit more time there? But yes, absolutely.
Well, yeah, and some of the things that are returned because they're so popular and always not just popular but impactful. We've talked about the reindeer handling. We've talked about the ethics being their 24/7 clause. The thing, and we'll talk very candidly about some of the recent news events that don't necessarily shed a very good light on our community that we're trying so hard to show as what we need to model. The backstory, Bruce Kotowich and stage presence. I think Mike's going to help him with that. Engaging with reluctant children. I could go on, but improv. I mentioned earlier about Resort Claus and cultures. We got to do something with that. How to sit in a chair, how to have that great picture, how to sit with a dog, how to handle the gang signs.
Yep, and that's that will be assisted with Cherry Hill programs.
With Cherry Hill,
assist on that, correct?
Yeah, and we make sure that we need to build in the time for the round table, so that with all of these different instructors, all of these different topics, and trying to give everybody the amount of time and you the amount of time to practice with everything, but then to ask some questions during a round table to fill in the holes with the oaths.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let's move along. It's getting late in the evening here.
Yep.
Well, Bob, do we have scholarships? Are there ways that people can sign up?
Yeah, that's what we're going to now. For those hoping to attend, how can they apply for a scholarship this year? What qualities or stories do you look for when secretly selecting scholarship recipients? And the word there
NP
is secretly.
secret, yes. So npcornerstones.com, the link to 6 scholarships. I'm not aware of any school that has 6 scholarships awarded. And again, the testimony to the approach of this, because North Pole, we're offering 2, one for a lady, one for a gentleman.
Or elf.
But yeah,
Or
Or
elf.
an elf.
It
or
could
an
be
elf.
one
No,
of the three.
well, one not for a Santa or a Mrs. Claus, but one for a gentleman, one for a lady,
There you go.
regardless of the character that they portray. So we're offering, North Pole is offering 2 scholarships. TNL is offering a scholarship. Mike Hutchins with the Larry Lance Memorial Foundation is offering one. Randall Checker Lee is offering one. And Cherry Hill, Santa Central Cherry Hill is offering one because of their commitment and support of the program. npcornerstones.com. What we don't want, and you can add on to this, Bob, what we don't want is, I would love to go to North Pole Cornerstones to be better at being a Claus.
Now, we got a couple here recently that are full page, spelling out exactly their needs, what they already know, what they need to know. Those are the kind of things we're looking for. We're looking for
Yes.
for content.
Depth.
We're looking for
Depth.
descriptive needs. We're looking for folks who sometimes may have experience, but limited experience also counts. I mean, that's what schools are all about, is getting out there and getting the knowledge that you need. But be descriptive. Don't hold back. Tell us what you think.
And please come anyway. It's a tough decision.
Sure.
Because we strip out, the secret part is we strip out all of the identifying information and we only look at the story. We have to know if it's male or female because of the NPC scholarships.
Right.
Other than that, we want to know, what are you trying to accomplish in your Claus journey and how is North Pole going to help you? So the more information, we're not shy to read.
And Randy's
No AI written. Yes.
So many people are using AI, and it's okay to use AI. I have nothing against AI. AI helps, in many different ways. But when it comes to something like that, a resume or, an application or a letter of recognition, ask AI, but then maybe put it in your own words. Just take pieces from it. Think,
just
what highlighted that piece from AI that you would like to put in your piece, but make it come from the heart.
Yeah, make it a support, not a substitute.
Absolutely.
Yes, and come anyway, because we would love to be able to give scholarships to everyone who applies. But come anyway, please. And you'll be honored that you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the drawing for the North Pole Cornerstones from TNL is on, is it 6 weeks out, Bob?
No, sir. It's the last show of the season
Okay.
here on Tuesday night.
Okay, there you go.
Last show of the season.
Yeah. And for the North Pole Cornerstones, everyone has sort of a different date. For North Pole, the 2 that will be passing out, scholarship applications will close the end of November.
Correct.
And then we'll announce the recipients by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It'll give you some time to plan. Okay, let's go say thank you to a few of our contributors real quick, and we'll be right back.
Are we on? Okay.
All right. Thank you to Northern Lights Satellite Academy and King Risk Partners. That's one thing about NPC and TNL. We don't shy away from anyone. Nobody's our competition. We're all in this together, and we're here to help each other grow and be the best we can. If you're on the East Coast, can't travel to the middle part of the country,
Gosh.
go see
Somebody's
Rico
not
with Northern
hurting.
Lights. All right. Angela
Well,
has stayed on top of the comments tonight. She's been putting them up as we go, so we don't have a lot of comments. Well, we don't have any comments left at this point, but if you do have a comment that you want to get in before the end of the show, go ahead and throw it in now. We're going to jump in and go ahead and run a couple more of our contributors, and we'll be back with the trivia answers on the other side of that.
well, Bob, the other thing.
Ho, 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 ho!
Shop Thermo Apparel. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermo Apparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude. Keep cool, literally.
Thermo Apparel, be cool! Ho, 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 ho!
Wondrous women.
All right, thank you to Caboose and Thermo Apparel, again, for being contributors, sponsors of the show. Get a chance, get out, reach out, and help these folks out to help us out, because they are the reason that we're able to do this week in and week out, and now even get out and travel more than we were. Scott, you had a special message you want to throw out there?
Well, hey, I'd love to know if you're planning to come to Cornerstones and you haven't registered, put a word in the comments or go to join our Facebook page and let us know. So you never know, we may have something extra special in store for you, and we'd love to know that you're coming prior to it.
Yeah,
And we should comment that there's a early bird discount if you
That's
pay in
correct.
full by September 1st.
That's right. That's only got a few days left on that. So,
A month.
A month and a few days is what I meant to say. So
Yep.
get out there and take advantage. It's not a lot. We wish we could do more. And once we get further down the road and get established and get everything going, I think that we'll be able to do more for everyone. But just know that we appreciate everything that everyone does.
Because we're only 204 days, 14 hours, 28 minutes, and 19 seconds away from it.
And counting.
And counting.
And counting.
Counting down fast, that's for sure.
Well, shall we reveal the trivia, Bob?
Yes, let's reveal tonight's trivia. Go ahead and you catch the line, I'll catch the answers.
Okay. How many Native American languages are spoken in Oklahoma? Now, I knew this, but I can't say
You knew this, but you can't.
because I live here.
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah.
But your choices were 12, 16, 21, or 25. Surprisingly, it's 25. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Yeah, our winner?
I'm sorry, I'm reading comments. I think, oh yeah, okay. It was Bill Coates.
Bill Coates, man.
All right, Bill. Congratulations.
Good job, Bill. All
Okay,
right,
and the bonus is, now this was easy because I do this all the time. I drink this all the time. Do I not?
Yeah, but what you drink is not in the comments.
Well, it is when we can do breakfast.
Yeah, but you like the energy drinks.
Yeah. What is the Oklahoma state beverage?
Your choices were moonshine, biscuits, tea, milk, and softki, which is a soft corn drink from Native Americans make and drink.
And grape nos.
Huh?
And grape nos.
Yeah, and grape nos. There you go. But surprisingly, the answer there is milk. Our winner.
Yep.
It's Stud Muffin.
Stud Muffin. All right, AJ, you're getting in there. You and Bill are running neck to neck. I tell you, I don't know who's got more names on the wheel, but good job, guys. Again, real quick, don't forget to go over to Santa Central Cherry Hill Programs Facebook group and join if you're not a member, and go over there and play some of their games. trying to figure out where my microphone went here. Go over and play and join in the fun that they have going over there day in and day out. All right, we're going to close out the show. We got something else we got to do. We got a few more folks to thank. We'll be right back.
Gee whiz, you caught me off guard.
I always catch you off guard.
That was my Irish voice. Did y'all hear that?
Angie's Originals, custom Christmas attire since 2015. Your all-in-one wardrobe shop. Shop at angiesoriginals.com.
Oh, hi. I'm Santa's official photographer, a name given to me by the Christmas community, but you can call me Jessica. For 35 years, I've been a portrait photographer, specializing in children and family. But here lately, I've been focusing on creating artistic images of Santa, Mrs. Claus, and their Christmas elves. What starts off as a simple photograph is transformed into a digital masterpiece. This isn't just photography. It's an exchange where the performer steps fully into their role, immersed in a real-life theatrical set where together we bring that story to life. If you're ready to elevate your presence with images that truly stand out, visit holidayphotomagic.com.
We had the opportunity to go to Jessica's studio while we were in Branson, her new studio, and I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with what she's got set up there now. The picture that she shows, the panoramic pictures, what you see when you walk in, and it's quite stunning for sure. All right, Deanna, what is your closing thoughts?
I want to try Barry's brisket.
Me too. I hired him, y'all. I hired him. He is gonna be cooking brisket for all of us.
That's something he and I and Scott all have. Something me and him and Scott all have in common is that we've all been in the brisket business. So
I guess y'all want me to bring my smoker to Cornerstones and set it up outside the one on a trailer and be cooking brisket.
Well, now we could do that, and we're working on something very special that I can't really say anything about, but it could also happen outside, so that would kind of tie in together with what we're thinking. And hey, we're still planning, we're still planning hard, that's for sure. Now,
Barry, let's talk. Let's talk, Barry. But
we talked about a lot of things, but
Yeah,
we did not mention Michaela at One Shot Photography.
And One Shot,
She
no.
will be coming back. She is a phenomenal young photographer. If you're coming to Cornerstones and you want to do headshots or full body shots, set it up with her ahead of time. Pick your time slot. Bring your suit. Bring all your wares, whatever you want to get pictures in. She, you know, what I was impressed with, she had two different sets set up for Thursday and Friday. Friday night she stayed late and tore it all down and put up two new sets for Saturday and Sunday. And I think that's the first time I can remember seeing that happen.
Well, and Pam Swank will also be there with her suits, and
Chrissy Kovic will be back. Roberta Wells is supposed to return with her designs. Of course,
Roberta Wells is coming.
Yep.
Yeah. We're not sure about Ellison, you know, for beard care, and Jenny Watt representing her Creatively Techie, Cherry Hill Caboose, Tracy and Philip with a touch of Christmas magic. wood art, maybe. There's a lot of people interested.
Yeah.
And so we've got, and somebody, I forget what his name is, starts with sounds like Wrangle. Is it Spangle?
Sprinkle.
One way or the other, we will have.
Hey, I will tell you this. Everybody loves Spangle the Clown. And I'm going to tell you, Spangle is an amazingly generous person. He puts on an awesome school in Branson. And I know this is a North Pole Cornerstone segment. However, the two premier schools, I think, or three premier schools in the country is probably C.W. Howard, School of Santas, and North Pole Cornerstones, and not in that order necessarily. But I think those, if you've not been to those three schools, and Pro Santa, Doug's coming a long ways with his too in North Carolina. But I think that if you haven't attended these schools, you need to make a point and put those on your agenda for 27.
And they're good
And thank you
schools.
for that note, Shannon. Thank you for that note, Shannon, about someone who could sell and display designer beards and wigs.
Yeah.
I'll make a note.
Heather Fleming, she when she was on the show, she had mentioned it. Cornerstones was on her bucket list, so maybe that's one we could reach out to. That's the wig company. Anyway, Scott, you got a final thought?
Well, my thing is I feel like that if you can figure out how to get on and reserve your spot in Cornerstones, because I have a funny feeling we're going to fill up this year. And I would love to see all our viewers and our friends from all over the country, all over the world come. You know, we have people from Canada, all over the United States that attend now. And I would love to see more of you, people I haven't met. And I look forward to meeting. It's really a great time. And it's going to be a very, very unique school this year because of some of the other things that we're working on and planning to bring in that we haven't mentioned. So you don't want to miss it. It will be a fun, exciting, educational experience that you don't want to miss.
And one thing for certain, the location that we're at is centrally located. I know there's some talk about the weather. You know, let's just put that out there. The Lord's going to bless us. He's going to take care of us.
What is the
weather's
TNL
not going to be an
website?
issue. Mark my word. Anyway,
we
have
TNL
plenty of room
website?
to grow, plenty of room for everyone, but we will cap it because we don't want to get too big. We want to keep our breakout sessions where they're small and intimate. What's that, Angela?
Barry was asking, what is the TNL website? What were we talking about? I was away from the computer.
TNL website. I think he meant NPC website.
NPC.
npcornerstones.com.
It is plural.
Cornerstones with a S, C-O-R.
Yes. NP Cornerstones. Angie, could you add that to the comments?
I can. You know what? I'm just going to put it right down here. So
Okay, and when you get through doing that, can you play that one piece that I asked you to play one more time? I want everyone to look us over one more time. We're going to be a little bit biased here. We're going to do something we don't normally do, but roll that beautiful...
Did I do it right? npcornerstones.com?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
All right, go ahead and roll that last video for us.
Let me get up here to it.
Thank you.
One more time.
Welcome to North Pole Cornerstones, the most magical 4-day educational Christmas experience you'll ever discover. Join Santa Bob, Anna Claus, and friends for interactive workshops, festive fun, creative learning, and unforgettable holiday memories. Whether you're a Christmas enthusiast, educator, or performer, this one-of-a-kind experience is designed just for you. Register today and take advantage of our early bird special before it's gone. Visit North Pole Cornerstones and make this Christmas truly extraordinary. Round 4 is set for February 18th through the 21st, 2027 at the Hilton Garden Inn and Conference Center in Edmond, Oklahoma City North. At Cornerstones, we've taken a different approach to learning. We've completely reimagined the learning experience. For more information, go to npcornerstones.com and see for yourself what all the excitement is. Just ask any of our alumni their experience. They'll be glad to share with you. We let them speak for themselves. Reach out and ask them. That's npcornerstones.com. Come join us in February.
Okie dokie.
All right, I want to say that AI was a tremendous help on that, but you gotta realize with AI, you've got to know what to tell it. Man, I tell you what, I like to drive myself crazy trying to get everything on those slides that I wanted on there and making AI understand what I was trying to say, because that's a hard thing. Most folks don't understand what I'm trying to say. So,
Bob,
anyway.
did that happen to be a short drive?
Absolutely. Tell everyone good night, Scott.
Well, good night, Scott. And thank you again, Deanna Golden, for coming on the show tonight and sharing what's coming up with North Pole Cornerstones and all your expertise. And say good night, Deanna.
Good night, Deanna.
Very good. So catch us next week. Count your blessings, not your sorrows. Jenny Watt is our guest, Creatively Techie, next week. And we'll see you either on Monday or Tuesday. And remember all the other shows during the week. Go check them out. Everyone, thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.